What's going on, Gemini? This is Gigi. I'm here with your reading. I have been trying to do this for about an hour, and I'm having a hard time. So we're gonna just see what we have. Let's just jump right in. Everything you need to know is down in the description box below. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and like the video before you leave, guys. Okay? Holy Spirit, please come down with your angels, my ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides to help me channel this energy around the Geminis of our collective. Holy Spirit, please allow me to channel clear, honest, and precise messages for our Geminis and surround us all with your divine light and cast all the darkness away back to hell where it belongs, please, and thank you. I love and appreciate you all. All right. What I got on the table: Soul's Journey, Wisdom of the Oracles, Sacred Rebels, and the Angels and Ancestors and Divine Guidance, my handwritten deck. Of course, we have the Zodiac. So Spirit wants us using different cards for y'all to sign. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Place yourself in the reading where you belong. And remember, Gigi's your friend, not your therapist. Okay? So take it for what it is and just don't force anything, guys. Okay? Holy Spirit, what is the Zodiac energy for our Geminis? What is the Zodiac energy for the Geminis? Please and thank you, Spirit. What is the Zodiac energy, please, Spirit? All right. What is the Zodiac energy, please, Spirit? Thank you. We have Capricorn, Aurora Borealis, and we have Air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay. Do you want the wisdom of the oracle first? Okay. What does the oracle's wisdom have to say to the Gemini? One card, please, Spirit. One card for Gemini from the wisdom of the oracle. What is the energy surrounding the Geminis? What do you have to say, Spirit? Let's try that again. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Something's just, if there's so much energy surrounding you guys, there's so much going on. Like, I've gotten like 6 different stories, but none of them wanted to come out clearly. It was so strange. All right, one card, please, Spirit. Thank you. Flexible. It's time to maybe be flexible flexible. It's time to be flexible. Understanding and compassionate, maybe. Where are we starting with? You want Soul's Journey? We're going to start with Soul's Journey. This is my last attempt at this reading, so if I don't get it this time, I'm moving on and then saving this one for last, I guess. I don't know. It's time to be flexible and all the things. Somebody may be literally, like, you see how this person's bending over backwards? Literally, somebody may be bending over backwards to try to maybe make amends and not have a tower completely crush them in the head for something that they may have done. And literally is walking on eggshells, like homie over here is bending over backwards on an egg. They may very well be like bending over backwards, walking on eggshells, being as flexible and as compassionate as humanly possible. So that way, like I said, I really feel like somebody's trying to prevent a tower from falling on their damn head, like big time, and losing everything. Being overly compassionate, overly loving, overly whatever. You want it, I'll give it to you. Whatever you want, please just don't throw me to the wolves. Somebody was indecisive and couldn't make up their mind to be in the relationship or not be in the relationship. They didn't know. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. This person was not. They were trying to have their cake, eat it too. They got caught up. And now they're trying to do everything and anything to keep that tower from falling on them. Instead of being grateful for what they had, they were being indecisive and trying to play games. And somebody saw the whole damn thing. I'm being told an ancestor, and they were trying to deny certain things. But like I said, somebody saw it. Well, of course, spirit saw all the things, but I'm being told one specific ancestor saw the whole thing and kept a divine being at bay by almost begging them to just let this person make the choice for themselves. And this divine being was very grateful for this ancestor, because it may have saved their twin flame journey. All the while whoever this indecisive person that's bending over backwards and walking on eggshells sits in denial or is lying or whatever they can do to try to keep that tower from falling, the thing is spirit is watching. Has this person yet to be grateful? On the nose, big time. Still living in denial, still living in lies, still being indecisive, still contemplating cheating or whatever it was. I'm being told it's cheating. Whether they did it already or they were contemplating doing it or it was premeditated, whatever. I'm being shown the 5 of Swords. They had a very sketchy path that they were laying out. They were being very manipulative, and spirit saw the whole thing and kept these people in a separation so that there was no cheating that happened. It kept somebody in their divinity. It kept their twin flame journey on the go. And now they may very well be facing, whoever this divine person may be, may very well be facing wish fulfillment with their twin flame, now that they've proven to spirit their gratitude for their gifts. On the bottom, this person is very, very lonely, even though they may be in a room full of people, but they're bending over backwards and walking on eggshells and doing everything they can to keep from having that tower come down. So they may very well be getting, the cold shoulder, may very well be, booted out the house, whatever the case was. I feel like it's a masculine that was being indecisive, didn't know if they wanted to stay in a marriage or be out of a marriage or stay in a committed relationship or be out of a committed relationship, and they got involved with a divine feminine that stood their ground and was grateful for their gifts and was listening when they were told spiritually to stay away from this person. They had a purpose. This purpose here was to prove that they could stay in their divinity when they were handed the greatest piece of chocolate cake that they've ever seen. And now the person that was indecisive is sitting there bending over backwards, acting like somebody at a Cirque du Soleil, trying to keep themselves from losing everything. And it's almost kind of funny. It's almost kind of funny. Shouldn't live a lie. You should be happy to be in love. You should be happy that people love you. You should be grateful for the people that love you instead of being indecisive. Well, I've been in this relationship, we'll say 15 years, and I'm bored. Isn't everybody in a marriage that long bored? Hell no. Hell no. You should have been grateful for the love that you had in that relationship, whether it was just a long-term relationship or an actual marriage. You shouldn't have been seeking love outside sources of love to just fulfill your ego and make you feel better about yourself because you weren't happy, because the love that you guys may have had may have faded out. There may be too much responsibilities and you don't know how to handle it because you're just more in the party mindset. Let's go party and bullshit and play games and do drugs and drink and party and all that shit. And now you sitting there having to bend over backwards, walk on eggshells, living in a household that's probably full of people that just don't want nothing to do with you because they're sick and tired of what you did, and you're sitting in denial that you did anything wrong, if you are in denial that you did anything wrong, but it's just probably very plain and obvious that you did, and you may be living in grief right now, which is why you're bending over backwards trying to save your ass. with the Spirit. You should have been grateful for the love and happiness that was in that situation instead of being indecisive about it. It fell right out on top of it. Should have been grateful for the joyous times, the happy times, the loving times, because not every relationship's going to be perfect every second. We're human beings, things happen. Okay? It could be affecting your abundance, but the person that the divine feminine that was like, no, I'm on a twin flame journey. I'm being my true authentic self. I'm not that easy of a target. You're not gonna do this, is facing abundance while you lose all yours. And the possibility of divorce or separation from somebody you were in a long-term relationship on that you couldn't keep it together for. You weren't grateful for. You didn't respect. They stayed in their divine purpose. Where did you stay in your divinity? No, you didn't. You were indecisive. You didn't know if you wanted to stay or go. You were considering cheating if you didn't cheat, or you were cheating, or whatever the case may be. Somebody's about to be abundantly rewarded for their divinity. Trust that. Believe that. Okay? They're going to be rewarded. You should have been patient in your situation, not indecisive, not greedy and wanting your cake and eat it too. You should have been patient with your other half. Maybe y'all were going through some seriously difficult situations and you just felt like it was in your best interest to go and seek love and happiness somewhere else when you could have been working on it with the person that you were in a long-term relationship with. That's wrong, man. That's really wrong. What, to build up on your self-esteem, maybe because, being in a long-term relationship, maybe somebody was so stressed out they were not getting up to the nines all the time for you, and, maybe just being in leggings and a t-shirt and pulling their hair back and throwing on some tennies and running around handling business. If y'all have kids, I don't get dressed up to the nines at all unless it's for work or I'm going out somewhere special. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. We got things to do. Us busy moms, we got shit to do, bro. I don't got time in the morning to be sitting there messing around with makeup and my freaking curling iron. I do go to the gym as often as I can. I'm trying to get back to it every day. At least take care of yourself. If somebody was letting themselves go instead of, tossing them aside because you wanted a dime piece, thinking you were entitled to it for whatever reason, instead of being patient and trying to take some of the burden off your person so they can go do something nice for themselves, you went and decided to go and try to cheat. And now you bending over backwards to try to make it up because of your failure as a spouse. However it is for you. Gemini. Thanks, Spirit. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. 14:44 on the timer. Yep. This is definitely a failed situation. You may be asking your other half to see both sides of the story, but the thing is is a marriage or long-term relationship should not be taken for granted. It's if you have, like, I've seen many people in long-term relationships get through thick and thin without having to cheat. Okay? I'm being told this may not have been the first time that you sought relations outside of your relationship. Not at all. Definitely not the first time, but it's going to be the last time. Okay? Don't deny that. Believe that. Spirit's not going to let you hurt this person anymore. This person may very well be building up their courage to stand on their own 2 feet and get away from you. Finding the strength and the courage to be true to what they need in life instead of sitting there being put through hell in a handbasket for you. Yes, you are being judged because you need to grow the hell up. Whoever it is, whether it's a female doing it to a male or a male doing it to a female, but there's a divine being that said, no, not going to happen. And that divine being is going to be abundantly rewarded for staying in their divinity and not letting a married person or a committed person get any snoo outside the marriage. So any judgment that you may be lying about this person and all of that, is he or she lying on the nose big time? Are they believing him? Not at all. Why? Because there's proof of everything. There's physical black and white proof of everything. Or they know how to get it. Okay? So you can try to deny, you can try to lie, you can try to, get through, try to steal information and evidence off of people's phones, 1717. You could be very well, you should very well be worried about all of this, especially if you have to face court. Yeah, because this person is standing true to who they are and being courageous and saying enough is enough. Being enough is enough. You may be asking for forgiveness. They may forgive you, but they'll never forget, and they may not be able to trust you. It's going to take a long-ass time to learn how to trust you at all. I don't think there's any amount of therapy that you're going to be able to go through to fix this time. Especially because it's not the first time I'm being told that you have done something like this. Possibly trying to make your girl be envious of another girl because of the way they look. Well, why is she doing this X, Y, and Z and still being able to look like X, Y, and Z when, we got all this and more than her, and you got this, that, and the next thing, or however it is. We got more money than she does. How is it that you look like this, but she looks like that? You ever think that we're all different? We all handle stresses of life differently. Some people go to the gym like, I try to. When I'm stressed out and aggravated, I go to the gym because it's either that or I break somebody's neck. I go and get my nails and toes done, as healing medicine for my damn self. Some people don't think spending money like that is worth it. They would rather spend the money on savings and, other things, and, or, there are other types of things that they may want to do instead of going and getting their nails done. Maybe they want to go and go see a movie or whatever. People handle things differently. People approach stress in different ways. Some people just don't have it in them to handle stress. And you literally, instead of being patient with this person and kind and being, where's the empathetic card? I thought I had empathy out here. I do, right there. Instead of seeing both sides of the situation, you tried to make somebody envious about somebody else, instead of seeing your person's side of the situation and understanding them and being patient and kind and loving and generous to them. Trying to help them find happiness instead of, making them feel worse about themselves. We're all different for a reason. Okay? No wonder why you got to bend over backwards and walk on eggshells, man. Believe me. Yeah, this person wants freedom from your situation and is now going to start accepting the challenges of being alone without you to be able to grow themselves and not have to ever worry about, being cheated on again. They'll forgive you, but they're still going to move on. They're not going to allow your darkness, your nastiness, your evil intentions, your ego, your self-righteous ego and narcissism to affect them anymore, and they are definitely deserving of that freedom away from you. So you can continue to try to be, a trapeze artist sitting here bending over backwards with your feet on your head, trying to walk on eggshells on your hands, and, whatever kind of crazy circus acts you're trying to do right now to try to make amends for this so you don't end up losing out on possible, you know, a marriage or children or whatever. You should have been paying more attention to the relationships right in front of you than seeking out other ones to make you happy. You should have been honest. You should have tried to balance out the situation within your current situation instead of, oh, well, I'm going to blame her for this because she wasn't taking care of herself the way she used to. She wasn't servicing me the way she used to. She wasn't doing this for me like she did. Well, what was going on? What was going on that put this whole relationship to death? What was it that made you do what you did to put this relationship to death? Breaking trust. That you should have surrendered. You should have surrendered all those unhealthy, sinful feelings that you had. You should have surrendered them to spirit and not break the trust that you had in this relationship. You should have had conversations, heart-to-heart conversations, instead of hiding your true feelings, Gemini. Because of what? You were fearing losing your mojo? Fear of losing what? Your success? You wanted to keep it hidden so you didn't end up losing out on a whole lot of money because of child support or spousal support, or losing out on a house or whatever, losing out on your success. You should have accepted this person for what the situation was, accepted them through each and every situation. If you are married, you took vows to be there through sickness and health, better for worse, all of that, and you broke your vows if you are married because of your pride. Seeking out relationships with people that wanted to be your friend or friends, long-term friends, trying to snoo with people that were your friends or that wanted to be friends, that whatever the case may be, and you got shut down because things are changing. People are changing. They're not going to be easy targets anymore. People are standing in their truth, standing in their power, not letting a chocolate piece of cake that's sitting there tempting them while they're on a diet trying to lose weight to get into a bathing suit for summer, sit there and tempt them into making bad choices that they would regret. And now this person that you were trying to sneak around with is going to be abundantly rewarded because they persevered in this situation. They weren't going to let you do it, and they find the whole damn thing funny. I know I sure do. Maybe you should have helped her work on her health and mental, physical, and spiritual health instead of cheating or wanting to cheat. You should have been a better husband or spouse to this person. You should have been in service to her emotionally, being compassionate and kind instead of sneaking around. So that way you could still have a peaceful, happy house. You should have been disciplined in your vows instead of using your imagination to come up with some cockamamie bullshit that now you may very well feel guilty about because you were trying to make somebody envious, because you were doubting the situation, because you were, oh, she's letting herself go, oh, she's doing this, or he's letting himself go, and he's not doing what he used to do for me anymore, or she's not doing what she used to do for me anymore, and it's not the same, it's not fun anymore, it's lost its spark. I want to go find somebody that makes me happy, but I want to keep my relationship because I don't want to be judged. Well, now you're being judged. Now you're being judged. Not only by family, friends, let's start that again. The Most High, your family, your friends, and possibly a judge. You did this to yourself. Okay? You want sacred rebels? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. We're going to change that. Aha. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right. Let's get to see what the souls or the Sacred Rebel has to say for Gemini. Wow. Is somebody going to be getting a phone call from a lawyer? On the nose, big time, possibly to come forward with evidence. Check emails. Check voicemails. What do you got for Geminis through the Sacred Rebel? Thank you. Focus on the light, softly, softly, the tender sorry. Softly, softly, the tender touch, seeing the true you. Yes. Somebody got to see the true you. Okay? Whether it's you collective, whoever this is, got to see a divine being for who they were. Somebody that wasn't an easy target. Somebody that was focusing on the light and wanted to stay in their true divinity. Was trying to use a soft, tender touch to do this, to be supportive and kind, and saying, no, I don't want to do this. Let's just all be friends. Let's all just, play nice. Let's all do this. If you really want to be in a relationship with me, then you need to end that situation completely, be done with it in order for this to happen. Until then, no. You have to make the decision for yourself. Somebody got to see the true you. Collective, I feel like this is the energy coming towards you, or it might not be. Take it for what it is for you, okay? But somebody has blossomed in the light, and people are now seeing the true, authentic you that you are. Softly, softly, the tender touch. I want to see what the meaning of that one is. Give me just a second here. The feminine wisdom of gentleness can assist you now. When we are at a point in life where we want to attain greater things but don't necessarily have the proportionally greater supply of energy at our disposal, it's time to work smarter rather than harder. This is the way of feminine wisdom. Somebody was letting their feminine wisdom guide them away from this situation and keep them away from each other. Somebody was listening to somebody's spirit guide. Somebody was listening, truly listening. It might have been hard. Like I said, I feel like this is like a most decadent piece of chocolate cake you could have ever had, tempting you with every bit of energy this person had, and they still said no. And somebody got really upset about it. It hurt their ego. Somebody was true. Maybe kept true to their feminine beliefs of women stick together no matter what. Maybe this divine feminine had more respect for this person's significant other than the masculine did, and was true to what they were saying, releasing evidence to the whole damn thing so people wouldn't be trying to smear their good name for any freaking reason. And maybe this masculine may have very well thought that this person would have just taken the hit because maybe that's the way they were in the past, making it out to be their fault when in reality it's like, no freaking dice, bro. What are you trying to do? Sit here and make me step out of my divinity for your sorry ass? No. If you're going to cheat on your long-term significant other, what makes me think you're not going to do it to me? Hell nah, bro. You need to get your shit in a pile before you come anywhere near a divine being like that. Like, hello? And now you get to see their light because they were focused on the light. They were being their true authentic self, and now you're sitting here crying while they're standing in their true feminine nurturing power, standing true to what's right and what's wrong, while you're sitting here bending over backwards, walking on eggshells, trying to keep a tower from crumbling all the way around you. It's still going to fall, though. May not fall directly on your head, but it's going to crumble all the way around you. Sure. Anything more from here? Pull the cards. Okay. You did this to yourself. Whoever this is, whether it's you, Gemini, or the energy coming towards you. Okay? Whoever it is, they did it to them damn selves because they couldn't be faithful. They couldn't be compassionate and understanding. Let's see what the angels and ancestors have to say. Ooh, Lord, somebody's out there and somebody's pissed. Masculine energy is coming towards me. Divine Feminine, we are proud of you for not letting this one get you. Am I right? On the nose, big time. That's why this Divine Feminine is going to be abundantly rewarded. Going to be proving a lot of people wrong about them. Maybe there was something about them in the past that people turned their nose up at, or whatever the case may be, and now they're going to be putting a lot of that shit to rest by these actions and whatever it is, their truth that they're going to be standing in. Abundantly rewarded with friendship and all different kinds of things. Follow the voice of your soul. The Divine Feminine was. Their soul was telling them, no, don't get involved in this situation. And they sure didn't. They got involved as much as possibly like text messages and phone calls, video chats, whatever, but it may not have been any more than, no, I'm not. Yes, I care about you. Yes, I'll always love you, but no, I'm not doing this with you. Maybe there was some innocent flirting. Maybe if there was any physical contact, maybe just a hug and a kiss on the cheek. But people were 6 foot social distanced. They kept distant from each other, physical distance, because she knew deep down, and there was somebody, I'm being told, an ancestor, a masculine ancestor, that was doing everything that he could to keep them away from each other physically, because he knew if he didn't, there would be a lot of problems. Trust your talents and changing times. She knew better. She was using her discernment. She was keeping her divinity. She knew what she needed to do. She was tapped all the way in. Now people are going to start trusting her and thriving on the information that she gives. She may have very well gotten an intuitive message from this ancestor, this masculine energy, this spirit guide, whoever he was. It says star ancestor, so we're going to take it as an ancestor. She may have very well gotten an intuitive message from an ancestor that may have passed on, saying, keep it together, keep it together. Stay away from each other until there's a decision made. And she definitely retreated and recharged from that situation. Now it's time for this masculine to retreat and recharge and start figuring out how to, get it right, get it tight, and come out clean with all the lies. She set her sights much higher than just being a side piece to a possibly married man. She wasn't going to be no side piece. What is it, Sancho? She didn't want no Sancho. It could very well be, oh man, could it very well be her twin? I'm being told possibly. No, it's because of her twin. On the nose, big time. Because of her twin. She kept it together. Because of her twin flame journey, my whole right side of my face, like somebody's touching me. My face, all of here, all on my right side of my face into my shoulder is tingling like there is somebody touching me. Because of their twin flame journey, because of her love for her twin, she just couldn't do it. She was seeing from a higher perspective. She was using possibly her third eye. She was being devoted and committed to her twin flame union. She wanted to continue to embrace the energy of peace instead of being stuck in the middle of a freaking whirlwind nightmare that this has probably become. She wanted to have her heart chakra space stay opened instead of clouded by somebody that was just with evil intentions, dark evil intentions. Possibly trying to send healing information to this person and they weren't open to it. Well, maybe it's time for you to be open to it. She definitely stood her ground, and I'm praying and hoping that what I'm being told is true, that this woman that this masculine was involved with long term is standing their ground and standing true to their, their authentic self, and finding the courage to stand on their own 2 feet and get away from this situation. And because of this, not only are they abundant, they have unlocked the magic that's within them because they stayed in their divinity. This divine feminine, I'm being told, has had the magic unlocked completely on the nose, big time, moving straight towards full max power of whatever the magic is, because they were being the light. You may want to call her a witch, and that's perfectly fine. You can call us whatever you want, but just remember, people like myself who do this are God-fearing women. And just saying, if they're anything like me, they may very well go to church on Sunday and be true to their Christian beliefs or their religious beliefs and use this and their abilities to help people like I do for y'all. So you can call us a witch. That's perfectly fine. Just remember who the hell you're messing with. And remember that we walk hand in hand with the Holy Spirit. People like us transform from the darkness that have surrounded us in the past and change for the better. So be mindful of who you're messing with and learn how to move in a new direction that's not going to cause people grief and heartache and pain because of your stupidity and your ego and your narcissism and your want to have your cake and eat it too because you were being a freaking snake. Instead of shedding that old skin, you were actually being a snake in the grass, trying to tempt Eve with the apple, which is that damn chocolate cake that you were trying to tempt her with, just so you can feel better about yourself, sir. Maybe it's time for you to transform yourself and unveil the gifts that you may have deep within you that you've repressed because you're too busy doing whatever it is stupid that you were doing. Maybe trust in the unknown. Trust that everything that this person was trying to explain to you, all the messages, intuitive messages she may have been trying to explain to you, are real. Maybe it's time for you to start trusting in those higher forces that were guiding her away from you. Now she's about to enjoy growth and reap the rewards and be completely abundant in so many things because of this. Trying to get her to drop her shields for you, it ain't going to happen. Now it's time for you to drop your shields and show your underbelly and start learning how to be truthful and honest. You may not win by keeping this relationship, but you may just get to keep your dignity. It's time for you to learn from this. This is going to be a spiritual experience that you're going to learn big time. So start releasing the burdens of lies and manipulation and deception so you can heal. Anything else from here? No. Anything else from here? Yeah, one more shuffle. It's time for you to not only be flexible and graceful, flexible and walking on eggshells. It's time to be graceful in your movement and action. Don't move too quickly. Don't try to do anything that's going to, get you into more trouble. Maybe it's time for you to sit down, be still, know God, and connect with your emotions. We have water out here, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Surround yourself with protective energy, divine feminine. because it's going to come time for you to be brave and honest, and there should be no reason for you to not be brave and honest. Did you do anything wrong? I'm being told not at all. So keep yourself surrounded with protective energy. Get you some crystals. Keep spirit in your heart. Pray, meditate, and all of those things, and you'll be guided. You'll be guided to where you need to go. Okay? Sorry for the long reading, but the message needed to come out. It freaking took me forever to finally get here, so I'm just going to go with it. Yep, be brave and honest. You're going to need to be the knight in shining armor, divine feminine, in this particular situation, because this woman may very well need you more than you realize to help her. You may gain a lifelong friend because of it. Okay. Let's get some closing messages from Divine Guidance, my handwritten deck. Excuse me. I did see perfect. Is that what this is? Yeah, the perfect proposal could be coming from your twin divine feminine. Okay? As part of your abundance, as part of your reward for being obedient to spirit. Okay? For standing true to your twin flame journey and listening to your intuition and listening to that ancestor. They may very well be bringing your perfect pair directly to you as your gift, as your way of saying thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone and being true to your true authentic self. You didn't let a pretty face come between you and your true heart's desire, which is true love, an honest and equal relationship. Good for you, divine feminine. Because of your spiritual journey, because you stayed on your spiritual journey, you get to get rewarded. While this person can't sleep, can't eat, can't think straight because they're sitting there worrying about the damn tower that's falling around them. Excuse me. Seeking social acceptance. Were you trying to seek social acceptance? By staying in the relationship, this masculine was trying to seek social acceptance because they may have been together a long time. They may be married. There's, their community may like the couple that they portray themselves to be, and they just wanted to keep their community happy. They wanted to stay in the up and up with their people. They didn't want to lose out by saying, okay, I can't be in this relationship anymore. I'm not happy. It's unfulfilling, whatever's, or putting the work in. Instead, they decided to seek outside issues, possibly because they got problems at home. They were having problems at home, and they decided to go seek comforts outside with the wrong damn one. Somebody called their power back, and they're holding on to it tightly. That's because they're on a spiritual twin flame journey, calling their power back from people that don't deserve it. And it's causing them to not be able to sleep, eat, think straight, all of that. They took enough of your shit and they won't take anymore. That's why they stood true to their beliefs, to their feminine power. They didn't want you to take it by sleeping with them, getting them into trouble, possibly giving them something, or trying to blame them for giving you something. You're crazy out your cuckoo cabeza, man. Like, hello? You should open your mind to the impossible and realize that all of this is for real, okay? You were messing with somebody that was pure of heart. Maybe you really did love this person and you felt like the only way that you could be together because you didn't want to end up, losing your social acceptance in your community, and you've been hiding your feelings for this person. Take the freaking camera going cuckoo crazy adjusting as confirmation, okay? Stop hiding your true feelings if you have true feelings for this person, you should have said something. You should have been true about it. You should have been pure of heart about the whole thing and came clean about it instead of lying, trying to cheat, trying to get your rocks off and have a little side piece, being somebody's little whatevers. Yeah, no. They said, I ain't gonna take your shit no more. Nope. And they called their power back. And they're holding on to it tightly because they want their perfect proposal. They want to stay on their spiritual journey. They don't want that chocolate cake to kick them off their diet that is that spiritual journey. They want their happily ever after. They stepped out of their comfort zone of just being somebody's side piece. Somebody, maybe they had, daddy issues growing up, and they just sought any kind of love and attention from men that they could, and allowed men to do whatever they wanted, say whatever they wanted. And now they're like, no more. I'm not going to take your shit. Whether you can tell me that you can be all that I need or not. Because obviously you can't. Whether you want them to give you a chance or not, but you broke your promise to spirit, to your other half, and you lied. The person that may have, you've been in a long-term relationship where you guys threw the good, the bad, and the ugly together? Was the other half, the girl that you were cheating on with you through the good, the bad, and the ugly? Why couldn't you do that for her? Yeah, you're trying to come back correct this time by bending over backwards and walking on eggshells, but I feel like there's still some deception and denial there, and lies. Take that as confirmation. You're a master manipulator. I can totally see this. I can totally see this. Anything further from this portion of the card, Spirit? Yeah, he's definitely a major schmuck. Master manipulator for sure. Can this really be true love? Well, it could have been if you were honest. It could have been if you made the right choice. It could have been. You should have handled yourself differently. You should have been still and know God. Talk to God. Sit down and pray. Meditate. Read your scriptures. Whatever it is that you do. Instead of trying to betray your spouse. Would she have gotten pregnant if she would have went through it? On the nose, very much so. Very much so. Final messages, Spirit, please, and thank you for this reading for the Geminis. Yep, you were messing with the High Priestess. And you were a coward. You couldn't stand true to what you truly wanted. You were a coward, screwing around, trying to manipulate a high priestess, trying to tempt a high priestess that said, no, I'm a divine being, high priestess. You're not going to do this to me. I'm on a spiritual journey. I'm not going to let you come between me and my true heart's desire, which is that other half of their soul, their twin flame, that's going to perfectly propose to them. It's going to be all over the place. And now you'll get to see it, Mr. Cowardly Lion, Master Manipulator, Mr. Schmuck. Okay, on the bottom. You can move mountains if you just believe with all of your heart. And she moved a massive mountain. A massive mountain that was sitting there waiting for her to conquer. And she did. She believed in her spiritual journey. She believed in herself. She believed in her twin flame journey. She believed in her twin. And now, because she believed with all her heart, she gets to be abundantly rewarded. Underneath. So you can sit there holding a grudge all you want, masculine, for her standing true to who she is, while you were being a manipulator and an asshole. When you should have been true to your spouse, you should have been there, you should have taken your vows seriously, you should have taken your commitment seriously, and you wouldn't be in the situation now where you may very well have an empty heart, missing the kiss of the person that can melt your ice cold heart. Okay? You should have been very careful with what you were doing. You should have been honest. If you felt like it was time for you to end your relationship, you should have. Instead of sitting there being an asshole, being a manipulator, being a liar, being a cheater, breaking all them sins, or breaking all them vows, breaking all them commandments, all the things. Okay? And now if you're trying to seek revenge on somebody, be mindful. Be mindful. Yep. What's up, Doc? You're messing with the wrong one. So if you're holding a grudge, trying to seek revenge on them, be mindful. Be mindful. Be mindful. What else, Spirit? I feel like there's something else. Rebuke the darkness back to hell where it belongs. Love is an action, not something you can buy. So if you think it's cheaper to keep her now, it's going to be whatever it is, it's going to be not cheap. Divorce is messy business, especially if there are kids and real estate and whatever, mutual property, investments that you guys went in on together, whatever the case may be. Should have been in service to your other half, emotionally and mentally, because she could have very well been the wish fulfillment that you had. Your spouse, your long-term spouse, could have been complete wish fulfillment if you wouldn't have been such a sneaky bastard. And if she wasn't your complete wish fulfillment and you felt that this other woman was, you should have left your situation gracefully, gotten separated, do what you got to do to go and be with the person you felt could have been your complete wish fulfillment and all the things. Instead of being a snake, trying to tempt people with your good looks and your charm. Anything else, Spirit? No, that's it. All right, that's all I got for you guys. This was an intense one. Sorry for such a long reading. I hope you got some helpful information out of this. I don't know how enjoyable it was, but if you did enjoy it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and that's it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels, ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides for helping me with this reading for our Geminis. I close this reading. All right, guys. Know Gigi loves you. Until next time, light, love, and blessings. Bye for now.